Hey guys, this is Feeder, and I'm going to watch right now Game 2 in the upper bracket final of the Defense 3 tournament. The teams are Dignitas and Virtus.Pro, and I actually did watch Game 1, but because it would be a spoiler to have that, if you watch that you would know who won, and then you'd know who won this game, and it wasn't really the greatest game ever. And I don't think I did a very good cast of it either. I'm just going to skip that one, and you can start with the game 2, so you won't know who's going to win. So that's the idea. So anyway, let's get into the picks and bans here. So yeah, it wasn't the greatest game, but and it was very short too. So I'd rather upload this one, and then of course game 3, the final, and we'll see who is going to go on to the final. I guess the final, and then there's a consolation match as well. Everybody who's currently in the tournament, that's Team Dignitas, Virtus.Pro, Liquid, and Fnatic, are going to walk away with a prize at this point. The winner will get $10,000, and the big loser will get $1,500, so they are playing for money at this point, which makes it somehow more fun. It was already fun. Anyway, they are picking and banning, and I'm behind, so let's look at who's getting banned and who's getting picked. Neek's Assassin and Darkseer out, as well as Wisp and the Batrider. So a lot of nice support heroes banned out, as well as Batrider, who's more of a ganker slash team fighter. I'd call him a team fighter. He has that disable. And of course the fire that he lays down all over the ground. Not to be in this game.
Remaining.
Keeper of the Light. Saw him get banned last game. He was not a factor there.
Remaining.
But being replaced in this banning round with the Batrider, we're going to see Keeper. And he is a great hero. He's got this mana gifting with the chakra magic. He's got Illuminate for pushing and anti-pushing. The mana leak gives him a stun, if not a reliable one. And of course he can turn into Super Codal and do Blinding Light and Recall. Very nice hero. Team Dignitas gonna go ahead and pick up Clockwork and Ancient Apparition. And saw Ancient Apparition last game. Believe Clockwork got banned out, so now we're gonna see him, which I like. He is a great off-lane hero. He has some very fancy abilities. The cogs, able to separate people in a team fight or sort of block off channels and help escape or trap enemies in. And of course the rocket flare, one of my favorite abilities. It can go anywhere on the map, does quite a bit of damage. Starts off at 80 and goes up to 200, so he can really harass with that actually in the beginning of the game. And it gives vision for 10 seconds, and that is almost OP if you ask me. AA, not gonna talk about him, don't know much about him except that his ulti is a big giant ball of ice. Visage picked last time as well. AA and Visage gonna be on Dignitas again, and saw Owie on that in the last game, and then I think who was on AA? Can't remember. I think it was Tides of Time. But anyway, they'll be playing the same heroes, so that should be interesting. Magnus and Gyrocopter getting picked up for VP. That's going to go really well with Keeper of the Light. He is going to be able to give them both mana, and Magnus can RP into the Gyrocopter ultimate as well as the Codal Illuminate, so that could be ridiculous in a team fight. Can't wait to see how they execute that, and whether they're able to get it off. Almost certainly going to see Gyro as the carry, by the way. So bans, back to the banning, and they're going really fast this time. This is a really fast pick and ban round so far. We have a Lone Druid getting banned out by VP, and he could be a good carry for their team. He does have a lot of push. Of course he has the Bear, which is like a 6th hero practically, the way he gets built up. And a Warlock ban, not so sure. I mean, Warlock's a very strong hero. He's got a lot of lane harass with the Fatal Bonds, and of course the Golem is great for pushing towers and gives massive stun in a team fight. It's just excellent. And final ban from VP is going to be the Lifestealer. Team Dignitas does still need a carry, which is why I was more surprised about the Warlock ban. But Lifestealer, been carrying all over the place lately, and I am sick of him, so I'm glad that they banned that. Not going to see him this game. No Nakes. If I was making a team instead of no Tidehunter, I'd call it no Nakes. Bans from Dignitas include Nature's Prophet. It's got quite a bit of push, would combo well with Codal, so they don't want that to happen. Shadow Demon, who is a super strong support hero. He's got the Disruption, which is just incredible for rescuing people, rescuing himself, or for killing people, getting his team time to show up and just kill an 8. And it's Silencer ban. Silencer, very strong hero. his ultimate really changing the game in some ways, making the team fights happen when his team wants them to happen, really, or catching people out and then getting them silenced is just like, what the shit, and getting killed. So, good hero to ban out.
10 seconds
Rubik,
remaining.
gonna be picked up by VP, and their team fight is starting to look
5
disgusting
seconds
if you ask
remaining.
me. And the null field won't hurt either. I think AA has a lot of magic damage. Not sure about Visage. Let's see, damage magical. A little bit, not too much, but null field almost always useful. And then of course Rubik able to steal spells from people such as Clockwork, AA, and Visage. I don't think Visage has that much that Rubik would like, but definitely AA and Clockwork. And that could be false, by the way. Don't listen to me on that. If you think I sound wrong, leave a comment, let me know, because I should probably play Visage once or twice, and Ancient Apparition too. I just haven't gotten around to trying them yet. Rubik I've played a lot. He's a fun hero. Stealing stuff from the other team is a ball. So we'll see. And VP looking like a very conventional lineup, with Dignitas very much not so, I'd say. I haven't seen a lot of Clockwork, AA, and Visage. Honestly, I haven't watched a lot of Dignitas either, so I'm not as sure what their players typically like to play. I know Aoi is an excellent Phantom Lancer, and that's still in the pool, by the way. I'd be surprised if no one picks him this game. The PL is so strong, got that late game push. He's got all his illusions to keep him happy, and he just owns in the late game. And able to farm quickly with that army of illusions that gets built up around the mid game, I'd say even. Beastmaster getting picked up for Dignitas. He will almost certainly go mid. He has a very nice teamfight ability, that Primal Roar, going through BKB and stunning. Great for team fights. Of course, he has the little Scout Hawk and the boar. Is it a boar? Yes, it's a boar. Those are useful for vision, and of course pushing towers and maybe even finishing off an unsuspecting hero with that boar, so not too bad. And then axes. Axes are so good. They cut through trees as well, giving vision and escape routes and all kinds of great stuff, so he is a good hero. And I'm still waiting for a hard carry from them. And VP could get another carry, they could get a ganker, or they could get another support hero. The Gyrocopter pick is very versatile, and he's definitely been tending more towards carry recently in these games, but he could still be played as a support hero. I've seen that done very successfully many times. So VP has a lot of flexibility with their last pick, and I am wondering what they're going to go with. Let's see. I almost want to see an anti-mage or something. Nah, maybe not. Maybe not, but Bounty Hunter. Okay, so Gyro definitely going to be the hard carry, and that was to be expected, but even so. Bounty Hunter, a ganker, a gold support, very all-purpose, you know, putting money in his team's pockets, nothing wrong with that. And the Shadow Walk, early invisibility, is quite useful. So I like this pick. Waiting now on the carry for Dignitas. Maybe they could go anti-mage. I'd say this VP is looking pretty squishy. Keeper of the Light and Rubik would be nice food for him if they did decide to go that way. Or the Phantom Lancer, again, very strong hero that would work in almost any situation, to be honest. And there's no Shadow Demon to, you know, screw around with his illusions. Nope, gonna go with the Luna. So Luna pick up for Dignitas, and they have a very similar lineup to what they had before. So if they lost, I'm surprised, and if they won, I'm surprised that VP let them get away with it. I'm not going to tell you which because I don't want to spoil it for you. So anyway, let's introduce these teams here. We're going to have VP playing the Radiant side today, right now, for Game 2, and Vampire is going to be playing the Keeper of the Light. He does not look like a vampire to me. He looks like Gandalf on a pony, but, you know, same thing. TMW is going to be playing the Magnus. We have Santa on the Bounty Hunter. That is creepy. He is not bringing nice presents. He is bringing horrible things. Shurikens, Janata Strikes, Illidan Stormrage playing Gyro, and I might not introduce any more because it looks like they're going to find Rubik possibly. Dignitas here in the jungle. And is something gonna happen? I don't know. They're walking back the other way at this point. And KSI there on the Rubik is gonna get caught by Aoi. And that hurts. He's taking quite a bit of damage, but he's gonna be able to juke through the trees, and I think both teams are gonna back off. Not gonna see first blood just there. Let me switch before I forget. Almost forgot. There we go. Much better. Now you guys can see. I don't have to have my face blocking your view. So I think I've got everyone except KSI on the Rubik for VP. The Dire side will have Universe playing Clockwork. Aoi is going to be playing Visage. Tides of Time on Ancient Apparition. Way Too Sexy is Luna. And Fogged is going to be the Beastmaster. And it's almost like she knew he was there. But no. Bounty Hunter going to be playing the off lane. Santa going to be hiding in the trees, soaking up EXP, and trying to get in Luna's way. Gonna see an aggressive tri-lane down here with the Clockwork and the Visage and the Ancient Apparition. They are going to try to keep Illidan Stormrage here and the Gyrocopter from getting very much farm. Let's see how they do with that, and I'll get the creep scores up before they get too high so we can keep an eye on that. In the mid, of course, Beastmaster and Magnus. Gonna be a little nicer for Magnus than last time when he was up against Silencer. Both melee heroes, they will not quite harass each other as much as that. And looks like they're gonna get a little bit of a farm off, or I don't know, just they're gonna kill that illusion there. I'm like, what is going on? And by the way, nice ward. Gonna block the pull camp there. This True Sight ward not catching this one. So oftentimes you like to ward the magic bush to keep two camps from spawning. That is quite greedy at this level. They do know to counter ward that, and oh, he found it anyway. Gonna find that one, so they will get their pull camp back for the 2 minute, but for the 1 minute it's a lost cause. Going in on this Rubik. KSI gonna have to walk away from that. And looks like Visage and AA want to follow him. I don't know if that's such a great idea. He's pretty low though. Can they get him? Nope, he's gonna juke through those trees again. And Clockwork meanwhile is a bit alone here. Magnus needs to watch out. He's put quite a bit of harass on the Beastmaster, which is a fine idea because had these two decide to come up behind him, he might have been in trouble if all three of them were ready to go. So let's see, Beastmaster doing the best with last hits and denies. We're not seeing very many denies at all so far, and not a lot of creep score in general. This aggressive tri-lane is going to keep things nice and difficult for Gyrocopter. And Bounty Hunter, of course, annoying Luna. Magnus picking up that regen. Too bad for Fogged. He would have really liked that. His bottle is empty at this point. And of course, Magnus got the regen rune, so he can afford to take some damage and use some of his mana. He can go ahead and spam a bit. All he has to do is back up and drink that regen rune and he'll be fine. Good ward here. And Way Too Sexy carrying wards around. She knew Bounty Hunter was going to be there. Santa gonna not be able to go invisible on her, at least not without being spotted. And I'm sure he suspects as much. But good warding on the part of Dignitas. And I'm just waiting for first blood to happen in this lane. That is a scary lane with Clockwork, AA, and Visage there. And Clockwork does have his cogs, and his rocket flare, so he will be able to trap someone at some point if they get out of position. So they will need to try their best not to do that. Santa has a lot of damage on him. No boots yet, but he does have enough money to get them. I think the lane has been pushed back enough that he has not been able to do that. And he knows that ward is there, by the way. Luna is hitting him, even though he is shadow walked. So he will know to be extra cautious. I think that was a bit of a mistake actually on Luna's part. I mean, he should have known it was there anyway, but maybe just want to at least pretend that it's not there. At least pretend, you know? Keep up the pretense. Wow, Beastmaster's actually pretty low, and Magnus still having bottle charges left. No wards on the runes, by the way. And looks like the rune is top. Magnus got unlucky there, trying to go bottom and look for it. It is actually haste at the top, and he told Santa to go get that. who's also got a bottle, by the way. This is interesting. Oh no. Oh shit, something happened there. I knew something was gonna happen here, and there goes Beastmaster. So they got the first blood, and they were able to get a kill up here as well. So who'd they get? I'm so sorry about that. Visage, looks like Keeper of the Light finished him off with an Illuminate. And my apologies, missed the first blood. But I can't feel too bad about it. It was obvious that something was happening mid, and not necessarily so much with that tri-lane v tri-lane down there. Things could be pretty volatile at any point, so sorry about that. But I've definitely had worse moments, so I'm not gonna dwell on that one. Let's see. Ooh, looks like we've got level 6 up here on the Bounty Hunter. Not so much on the Luna. She's got track on her. So Bounty Hunter better push that while he can before she gets Eclipse. Not picking up glaives, by the way. So not sure if that is to maintain creep equilibrium. When you have glaives, it's pretty hard to do that. You're gonna hit those creeps. Multiple creeps at a time. Sorry, a little distracted for a second. And that will tend to push the lane. So picking up Lunar Blessing, giving her bonus damage, that night vision that she's gonna want in about 15 seconds, much better idea. So if you want to push your lane, get glaives, and if you are the hard carry for your team and want to keep it near the tower, don't do it. Do it later. There will be time for glaives. Bonus damage is not so bad. It's pretty good, actually. I never talked about the couriers. I'll get to them at some point. But I kind of wanted to keep an eye on what's going on here. Keeper's pretty low on mana too. He doesn't even have enough to chakra, which is not good. You want to keep enough to chakra. Ooh, looks like Beastmaster in a bit of trouble. He is getting the stun off on Magnus, and he's going to get him. No reverse polarity coming through, and Magnus is going to get out of there. Santa, can he finish him? No, but the shockwave does. And Santa's going to get away just in time. Nicely done by VP. That was dangerous. They knew what they were doing. He did have to blow an RP for that, but honestly, at this stage in the game, 6.5, almost 7 minutes in, blowing your ulti to kill one hero is not such a bad thing. They aren't looking at massive team fights yet, so that's cooldown, you know, it'll probably be ready by the next time he would want it. I mean, next time he would want it. He would want it every 20 seconds if he could do that, but by the next time they need it for a team fight, he'll have it back. Same goes with Luna, by the way. You should be more conservative with your ulti later in the game when you're going to have big team fights where you need it. But in the beginning of the game, if you can use it to kill one hero, go for it. Totally worth it. So same with that Eclipse as with the RP. Nice dodge by Magnus, not wanting to take that kind of harass there from those axes, and Kodal right here to back him up. So they might be thinking about pushing. And apologies for sloppy camera control, I'm doing my best. I am practicing, trying to get better. Want to make this smoother for you guys to watch, and hopefully we'll keep working on that. Oh, Roar and the rocket flare, and he's cogged. He is able to beautiful skewer. Unbelievable, and he almost got him. That was very nicely done by Magnus. I thought they were going to get him, but that skewer comes in pretty handy with those cogs. He can just plow his way through. AA is in here, but so is Santa. And Magnus is dead, but so is Ancient Apparition. Santa getting a nice kill for that, and doing a bit of damage to this Beastmaster as well. Here comes the Luna. Gonna get the mini stun. He will Shadow Walk, and I think he's gonna get away from that. Lucky Santa. And suddenly, Dignitas has a kill to their name. So good for them. Not wanting this to go completely to VP as it has been so far. Let's see. So, last hits and denies. Looking pretty even for those top heroes. Let's see the net worths. And looks like Luna could use a little more money. Bounty Hunter, of course, gonna easily get more because of track, and giving that to Magnus as well, who I believe was around. Or I think, maybe he wasn't when he got the kill. But anyway, Luna's not that far behind. She's really not. she'll be able to catch up pretty easily, especially if she's left alone to farm, although I think VP has other plans. Gathering at this top tower. Thinking of pushing. So let's see what they do. Santa hanging around here. And Luna's gonna be forced back into the jungle. Free farm is very preferable to that. You can make a lot more money in EXP farming the creeps, but if it becomes dangerous to do so, you better get your ass back in the jungle and farm those, because dying is not worth it. And AA is taking over the mid right now, trying to get himself a little bit of money. He's been pretty short on that, as supports usually are. And something's going on down here. We've got Universe and Fog coming in on the gyro. He did let his ulti off, fall down, but he will die. And Rubik trying his best to finish off the clockwork, but not going to be able to do it. Besides, the whole team is there. He doesn't want to go too far, although he does have Santa here. Owie going to make it away before Bounty Hunter has a chance to hit him with that Shuriken, which will stun you out of your TP. But he nicely juked into the woods and got away from that one. Gonna follow Fogged, and Magnus can skewer himself down here if he wants to. Not going to. And Fogged gonna pick up that haste rune and walk away from that unharmed. He does have Luna here to back him up, and that is not too shabby when it comes to backup. Luna with an ulti up. Looking pretty scary, honestly. Pretty scary. Magnus gonna hope for a blink dagger on him relatively soon. That will definitely make things better for VP. And Kodal up here is just kind of putting a mild and slow push on the top tower. Owie doing his best to keep that off. But Kodal is a very good pusher, and he can pretty much push alone. Sending those ponies, he has the time to get back. And of course they have a ward here to protect him while he does that. So he will know when Luna and Ancient Apparition get there. Unless they smoke. But they don't have smoke, so Kodal is going to be able to get out of here in time. There, he'll see them come. Santa's here to back him up, but he is going to back up himself. Luna could probably take them, I'm just going to say. She's probably okay with a Kodal and a Bounty Hunter at this point. Gyro looking pretty good too. He has his phase boots and working on what's this? Working on his drum. Sorry, I got distracted by Beastmaster porting in. Working on his drum there. So I believe Luna, yep, Luna has completed her drum already. This is such a carry item recently. It's very cheap. I think that is the main reason. Gives some nice hit points early in the game. And of course, those little activatables, the R attack speed and the R move speed, can come in quite handy. So, good to have. Kodal gonna steal some. Oh, Bounty Hunter going in a little bit on Owie, but I don't think he'll be able to follow that up. Basically harassing them off this tower so Gyrocopter can go ahead and push it. He is gonna get hit by AA's ulti, but I don't think anyone's gonna be coming in here to make him shatter before he can pull this tower down. And he's getting the last hit on that as well. Nice for him. He loves this money. But while they were pushing there, it looks like Fogged and Tides of Time were down here on the bottom tower with just Santa really to keep them off of it. So they might be able to make something out of this unless the rest of the team can get back and defend pretty fast. And they are going to have to walk from the second tier tower because they can't just port in with Beastmaster around. He will roar and they will have trouble with that. Tower's gonna go down. They're not gonna be able to deny, not gonna be able to do anything about it. Santa just kinda hanging out here. And it looks like Magnus is a little far here with the Luna and the Visage there. He does have reverse polarity, and how did I know without looking? I guess I could have looked at his little green ulti icon, but there is no way he would be that bold if he didn't. That is just too dangerous. He could get jumped there. But he does have the RP, so that makes him a lot safer, able to put that stun on the heroes and get out of there if he needs to. Although his team will be showing up, I think, to defend this one. They're coming to push mid, and VP is ready for them. Here comes Clockwork, initiating way behind the tower. Rubik in big trouble, and he will go down. And just stuff happening everywhere. We've got a call down coming in here. Ancient Apparition shattering And I think Keeper of the Light got somebody Visage, I believe. Luna in a bit of trouble if she gets hit with that. But I think I better keep an eye here on the Beastmaster, who is tracked and being followed. And it looks like they're gonna get him. Yes. With extra money, that track gold, not too shabby. So quite a good engagement for VP. And they might go ahead and push mid now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they really caught Dignitas there. And that initiate by Clockwork was a little too bold, I think. He went right into the middle of their entire team, basically, which is not so good. He did get a Rubik out of it, but totally not worth it. Definitely not worth it. So KSI does not mind having died with that result. Not too bad for him. Let's see the gold and the EXP heavily favoring the Radiant team. VP doing very well right now against Team Dignitas. So they do need to pull themselves together. Lots of money at stake. I know you can do it, Dignitas. Come on. Come on, don't roll over this easy. You made it all the way through this tournament in the upper bracket, which means they won every best out of 3 that they played so far. Smoking in here on the Bounty Hunter, and the ward is down, so they're gonna see him, and he's dead meat. There's no way he can get out of this. Can they avenge him? Magnus thinking about it. He is definitely thinking about it, but I think he's walking into a huge trap. Nice skewer getting out of that Beastmaster. Rohi is stunned, and he will go down. So way too far forward there. Fortunately for him, he did not see that the entire team pretty much was waiting for him, and he was not able to get into a good position to use his ulti. So died with the RP up. That is a shame. That is a real shame, although not for Dignitas. Looking a little bit better for them after that. And remember, it's still early in the game, so although the graphs looked like it was very far ahead for the Radiant, that's not actually that much gold or experience total. So a couple good team fights will turn it around for Dignitas, and Roshan won't hurt either. Pretty sure VP has sniffed what they're up to, but it's going to be way too late for them to do anything about it. Roshan going to go down before they can even get here. And Luna going to pick up the Aegis, suddenly looking a lot better. They're going to deward, and she's going to walk right in here, a little bit bold. And a pause coming from Magnus. We'll see what's going on. Looks like a disconnect from Rubik. KSI having some sort of computer issues, perhaps. That's fine with me. It's a good time to go ahead and look at the items. Let's see what they got. So, Keeper of the Light, normal support stuff. We have on Gyrocopter a Mithril Hammer, probably going for a BKB. He could certainly use that. It won't help with Fogg's ultimate. The Beastmaster Roar will still get him, but it will help with Luna and Ancient Apparition, and that's a big deal. Also with Clockwork, I think. Well, maybe not. Maybe not with Clockwork. I'm not sure if he can hook shot you, or whatever it's called, through the BKB or not, but I don't think it'll be that useful anyway. And Orb of Venom, I want to point out on the Bounty Hunter. I think that's a hugely underrated item. It's super cheap. It's like 375 gold. And if you are a melee hero, it gives a pretty nice slow when you attack.
Radiant's top tower is
I forget what the percent is. Let's take a look. Let's look. 12% just for attacking. That's ridiculous. So worthwhile item. Something that I think more people should consider getting, especially on heroes like Bounty Hunter, Night Stalker, gankers that are going to be hoping to chase someone down and finish them. By all means, buy an Orb of Venom. You can always sell it later. You could turn it into Scuddy, but it's cheap. It's super cheap, so get it. Good item. Good item. And I like that on Bounty Hunter especially. Magnus does have his Blink Dagger now, so he will be able to blink in for the perfect RP when he wants one. And Luna, let's take a look. She is the only one, I think, with items worth looking at, although it looks like Clockwork is working on a mech, so that'll be useful. But Luna is on her way to her Manta style. She's got her Yasha, she's got her Drum, and she's got Tranquil Boots, which I really like. Love the Tranquil Boots. People are starting to favor them for supports, for carries, for whatever, over the regular treads. Why? They keep you in lane. They basically act as a salve. As long as you don't have mana problems, it's a free salve. It does cost mana, that is the issue. but also they give you move speed. And Luna, one of the fastest base move speeds in the game, will be going at 465, which, let's look at someone like Bounty Hunter. 448, not bad. Oh, he has Tranquils too though, let's see. Someone without Tranquils. Someone like Magnus, at only 393, she will easily be able to chase down, should she want to. Looking at smoke here, they're going to put a true sight ward right at this choke point and be able to catch anyone trying to farm behind that tower. I think they were hoping for a gank there, but there's no one there. All of VP is going to go ahead and bring down their mid tower. So they could go to take their tower. And I think Kodal needs to get out of there, yeah. It's a dangerous place to be. Luckily they went around this way, so Dignitas did not quite see him there, but placing some really aggressive wards. So you can tell a lot about what a team is intending to do in their next 6 minutes by where they place their ward, and this ward says it all. They would like to take down this mid tower, they'd like to pick off heroes that are hanging out in this area, and there it is. Clockwork able to initiate in there, not sure if that was the best idea, but it looks like they're going to get Keeper out of it. Yep, there he goes. Luna coming in for that, and he was able to get himself out of there in time, so nicely done. And he could not do that without that ward there, getting him some vision that he needs for his hook shot. Is that what they call it? Yeah, hook shot. It's just like Link. It's just like Link. Little Zelda Dota magic. There it goes. Gyrocopter. Easy kill for them, and it looks like the Aegis going off there at Lunas. They were able to get her. Magnus and Rubik having to back off a bit. Santa relying kind of on his invisibility, and looks like Dignitas gonna have to back off a bit here with Ancient Apparition down and the Aegis gone. Oh, Universe just got out there. And we've got a lot of illusions running around at this point. So a little confusing. Oh, so close. He dodged that by like less than a second. Gyrocopter almost got him with a homing missile, but he's able to port back just in time, owie. And he's still going to get hit with that. It just isn't going to do anything now. He would have been dead. That was the difference between him being dead and alive right there. And he made it. Good for him. This game looking a little bit more even at this point. 2 towers down for both teams. Oops, sorry, I should follow somebody at least, shouldn't I, while I'm talking? Oh, missed hook shot. That is too bad. 2 towers down for both teams, and it's now 8 and 7. So, evening up the game a bit, and we are 21 minutes in. So, let's see what happens. They want this mid tower, and look at all the trees that are down, thanks to Beastmaster. Oh, nice ult by AA, hitting 3! That ult is really hard to hit, by the way. You have to be a master of knowing where the heroes are going, just by what little time you have to see. And he did quite well there. Of course, the effect of that ulti is going to wear off by the time they would engage again, which is really too bad. Really too bad. So Magnus blinking around, perhaps hoping he can get something off. And it looks so naked without the trees, doesn't it? Beastmaster really took care of that, wanting to give his Clockwork some vision to go in there and initiate. Those axes are for more than just killing things. You can take down the trees. Vision is so important. So important. And look at all the wards, by the way. This place is warded up the wazoo. Dire and Radiant teams both being very good about this. Do not want to get snuck up on. They do want vision. They want vision for Magnus to blink in and reverse polarity. And of course Dignitas wants vision for Clockwork to hookshot in. So keeping their initiators able to see what's going on. So important. And they're just dancing around this mid right now. Just waiting for someone to make a wrong move. Let's see. It's gonna go on this tower, and I think they're just gonna be able to take it out. Of course it will get fortified. Perhaps there will be a chance for a deny, but I doubt it. I think they are just finally gonna take that mid tower. And are they gonna leave now? Are they done? They've been hanging out there for quite some time. Luna with the Manta now, by the way. And let's see, what else do we have? What's on the gyro, for example? Still working on his BKB. He's not there yet. He will be very soon, though. He likes those extra hit points from the Ogre Club, and of course extra damage from the Mithril Hammer. Why does he go Mithril Hammer first? Often you like to get the Ogre Club for the hit points, but with Gyrocopter, that flat cannon, all of those hits dealing damage, you want to have more damage on each one of them. So go damage first on Gyro. Hit points first if you need hit points on somebody else. But he would rather do more damage faster. So that is what the deal is. Got Luna coming to push the bottom while the rest of everyone else is top. I think VP will probably port back to defend this, but Luna's going to put some very good damage on this tower first. Those glaives, by the way, now up to level 3, doing quite a bit, getting the creeps and the tower. Of course, Storm Rage here, that black cannon, able to just eat through those creeps. So they will keep their tower at about half health, which is pretty good. And Luna, of course, will have to move somewhere else to get her farm, which she so desperately wants. Gyrocopter quite happy with this. He can actually farm bottom for a little bit, and he does not mind that at all. Wanting to get those last hits, wanting to finish that BKB up, gonna help a lot with the team fights. And look at all this vision. I am so impressed by this. Gonna keep poking around and looking at these wards because they're very nicely placed. Vision everywhere in the mid. Of course, some of it's about to run out, so they're more or less done, or at least Dignitas more or less done with their giant push on the mid, based on what these wards are saying to me. They are concerned that VP is going to be coming top, or else they would not have that there. And notice, by the way, VP figured out that Dignitas likes to come through this point and stuck a ward there to keep them from doing that by surprise, at least. Of course, they can still smoke past that, it's just an observer. So they do need to be careful about that. And smoke is a pretty cheap way to get past those wards. Much easier to get your hands on than, say, an invisibility rune, which you might chance upon, but smoke you can buy for 100 gold. And it is a worthwhile investment. Looks like Bounty Hunter probably going BKB as well. Notice that he went Ogre Club first, because he could really use some hit points. Hit points are great on Bounty Hunter. Magnus going Ogre too. Are we going to just see a ton of BKBs? That is possible. Oh, and here comes the initiation on Magnus. I'm not sure he can get out of this. He does have the haste. That should help. Let's keep an eye on him. He's going to have to go way into dire territory. Hopefully juke himself out. He does have a town portal scroll, so yes, he's going to make it thanks to the haste rune. Otherwise, he was done for.
Dire's middle tower
They were pretty much all there, ready to kill him if they could catch up to him, get a stun off or something. But no, he will get away. Good for him. And Santa up here, very bold, farming the dire jungle, gonna get rid of some of those creeps and keep them from being fed to, say, Luna, or even Visage or AA, who are up there right now. Luna down here, hovering by the secret shop. She wants that eagle song. Working on the butterfly. Butterfly very good for Gyrocopter, or against Gyrocopter, I should say, because he does a lot of damage, and the evasion helps quite a bit. She'll be able to miss, or she'll be able to have him miss her for a nice percentage of the time. Going Eagle Song first for that extra agility, loving that attack speed. Damage, doing quite a bit of damage now on the Luna. Over 200 per hit. And then of course she's got the glaive bounces, which do reduce damage when they are hitting second ones. Let's take a look. I thought this was going to be a Roshan smoke, but I guess not. They're going to go ahead and look for someone in the jungle. Unfortunately, VP has cleared out at this point. They are over by their ancients, safe from this very sinister looking blob that is Dignitas at the moment. Clockwork looking to initiate, not going to hit anybody. And the smoke is still up, which means no one's nearby. So I think they're going to go ahead and deward and just back off. Santa kind of looking for them maybe, but not sure what the deal is there. I still wonder if they're going to go for Roshan. He is back up. But at this point, I think VP would suspect something if they do not see them. Yeah, look at this. Smoke down on VP now. And they are quite curious what was going on there. Ward's not going to catch that, I don't think. They didn't walk past the true sight. Not sure if that caught them on the hill there. It might have, actually. And Kodal just noticing this and thinking to himself, crap, we've been seen. And he is going to be seen by them, actually. Clockwork maybe thinking about initiating there, but luckily for him decided against that. That would have led to him getting jumped by pretty much the entire team of VP. And this game feels very standoffish right now. Everyone's kind of hanging back and waiting. I feel like we're waiting to take Roshan pretty much at this point. And I think Dignitas is going to take the first move towards that. I just want to take a look. Rod of Atos there on Aoi. Cool build. I think that doesn't get done very much. It has a huge slow. Cripple slow of 60% for 4 seconds. That's pretty big. And it gives him a bigger mana pool. You do have 2 Mystic Staffs going into that, so giving him a lot of int for damage and a larger mana pool. And we have a Vlad's, by the way, on the Beastmaster, so they will all be lifestealing. At least the melee heroes will be lifestealing here as they kill Roshan. VP has smelled that something is up, and they are here, but Roshan is down. Too slow. Luna's going to pick up the Aegis, and Clockwork initiating on Kodal. Can he get away? Oh god, no. Gyrocopter called down. He has his BKB up. Where is Magnus? Where is Magnus? Oh god, no. Gyrocopter's going to die, and Rubik, I don't think he can get away from this. They are going to be able to get him easily, easily. And Luna all of a sudden picking up some very nice farm there with the double kill and beginning to look out of control. It is only 10-8, but I think this game is starting to shift in favor of Dignitas here. That Luna Manta style up, she has her eagle song, she's most of the way to her butterfly. That is not a good thing for VP, and we're seeing a pause now as Luna disconnects from the game. So a couple of disconnects. Dota's been a bit buggy today, as I understand it, so perhaps the pros are dealing with that as well. Again, another chance for me to take a closer look at all of the items. Clockwork long ago, I'm sure, finished up his mech. No surprise there, and I think he's gonna work on a scepter by the look of this. I think the scepter reduces the cooldown. Let's see, I don't actually know. It is upgradable by Aghanim Scepter. I think it reduces the cooldown, probably increases the damage or something. I would imagine that would make it a pretty powerful item on Clockwork. His ultimate, his hookshot, being quite the initiation tool for Dignitas, so no shock to see a scepter build on him. I like the Vlad's, that's gonna work nicely, I think. Wait a second. Bonus damage and bonus armor, but I think that the lifesteal is not going to help out anybody except Clockwork. Clockwork's melee, isn't he? Yeah, I think so. So that's interesting. Okay, well, Clockwork and Beastmaster will be lifestealing, but of course the bonus damage and armor not gonna hurt the rest of his team. Just seems like an odd item, given that they only have 2 melee heroes. But okay, whatever. They know what they're doing. Rubik probably finally going to be working on his Force Staff, but he's pretty slow on that. Only got the Mystic, and of course he's Rubik. I mean, he is a support hero, so he should not be focusing necessarily on getting items for himself, but it still kind of hurts sometimes to be that support hero with no money, ever. Keeper of the Light already got a Force Staff up. Getting that mobility in the team fights, ability to get away, to chase, and of course to get people in position for that reverse polarity and call down. So those Force Staffs likely to be used offensively in team fights, if not defensively to run away, but that's only if they get screwed. So hopefully for them they'll be using them offensively. And Luna does have this butterfly up now, 35% evasion, that's effectively increasing her hit point pool by 500. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Clockwork gonna pick up illusions, which he can use to scout, or maybe waste some of VP's abilities if he's lucky, if he can be smart about it. Kodal carrying smoke, and teams are lining up again in the mid. Wondering if we're going to see a push attempt here. Maybe from both sides at once, or maybe they're just waiting for them to come and hoping to defend this and maybe push back. So we'll see. We will see. Gathering from the side here, they don't have a ward out there, so not really able to see what's going on. VP suspects that they're there, but can't see again. And Magnus is getting initiated on here, and he's not even going to have a chance to do anything. He's going to have to get out of there ASAP. He did get hit by A's ulti too, which means he could shatter if he goes below a certain number of hit points. So, oh, Rubik went down. I didn't even see that. He must have been in here. Okay, that's just a little, that was just a familiar. I was worried that Visage himself was getting killed. No, just a familiar. And those Luna illusions, by the way, doing quite a bit of damage to this tower. So it looks to me like they're going to get that. They will have the Fortify go down. Keep it alive a few seconds longer and perhaps go in. There goes the Luna ulti. And down with Bounty Hunter. Keeper is in trouble too. He's dead. And there goes the tower. They did keep a hero from getting the last hit on the tower, which is good. Oh! Call down. Gonna hit Luna, but not doing enough damage. Gyro BKB'd. But that will not prevent him from being right-clicked. And Luna dangerously low, but pulling off the kill on that gyrocopter. Unstoppable. And here comes Team Dignitas with the entirety of VP wiped. And there's the GG call. GG, well played. Go next. So now I guess you can imagine VP did win the first game, and Dignitas has now polished off a second, which means game 3 coming up. Upper bracket finals, only one can advance to the grand final. The other will be going to the consolation match to play the winner of the losers bracket final out of Fnatic or Liquid. So anyway, Dignitas winning game 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to stick around until I can look at the closing out screen, which is about to come up, since there goes the Ancient. Boom! But I hope you enjoyed this game. It was certainly more fun than the first game, which was not as much fun. They really got wiped out. I was honestly worried for them, but they were able to come back. Good job by Dignitas. And look at this. Clockwork 2-0 and 10, Luna 6-0 and 6. She did really, really well. And they played basically the same team last time, by the way. Not VP, but Dignitas. Actually, they both sort of played relatively the same teams that they played before. It was just better executed this time by Dignitas. And maybe VP got complacent. So in any case, can't wait to see game 3. One of these teams going to come out on top in advance. Hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you for watching. This has been Feeder, and I'll see you on the next one.